The rise and fall of the Galactic Empire. A deep dive. The concept of a galactic empire has been a staple of science fiction, representing vast interstellar dominions with immense power and ambition. Whether drawn from Isaac Asimov's Foundation series or the Star Wars saga, the life cycle of a galactic empire follows a familiar arc: rise, dominance, stagnation, and decline. This article will examine the mechanisms that lead to the ascent and downfall of such empires, exploring political, economic, military, and societal factors in an in-depth analysis. The rise of the Galactic Empire. Every great empire begins with ambition, vision, and power. The rise of a galactic empire can be attributed to key factors such as technological supremacy, military strength, and effective governance. Point 1. Unification and expansion. A galactic empire often emerges from the unification of disparate planetary systems. This unification can happen through diplomacy, conquest, or a combination of both. A charismatic leader or ruling body, such as Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars or Hari Seldon's predictive governance in Foundation, is often the catalyst for this process. Expansion follows, fueled by superior space travel technology, advanced weapons, and efficient resource management. Newly conquered or allied planets provide labor, raw materials, and innovation, sustaining the empire's rapid growth. Point 2. Military and technological superiority. The backbone of any empire is its military strength. Galactic empires often possess fleets of warships, planetary defense systems, and powerful armies to maintain order and expand their reach. Superior technology, whether hyperdrive travel, artificial intelligence, or superweapons, ensures dominance over rival factions. For example, the Galactic Empire in Star Wars used the Death Star as a tool of fear, maintaining control through the sheer power of planetary destruction. Similarly, Asimov's Galactic Empire relied on predictive psychohistory to maintain order across thousands of worlds. Point 3. Economic and political stability. A growing empire requires a stable economic system. Many galactic empires rely on interstellar trade, taxation, and resource extraction from conquered worlds. Advanced logistics and bureaucracy ensure smooth governance. A single governing authority, such as an emperor or high council, often centralizes power. While this prevents short-term instability, it can also breed corruption and stagnation over time. The early rise of empires is marked by efficiency, vision, and strong leadership, but this rarely lasts forever. 2. The peak of galactic power. At their height, galactic empires experience unparalleled dominance over their territories. This golden age is marked by technological innovation, military expansion, and economic prosperity. Point 1. Cultural and technological zenith. Once expansion slows, galactic empires focus on internal stability and cultural development. Advanced civilizations often create vast megastructures, space stations, and advanced artificial intelligences. For example, Coruscant, the capital of the Star Wars Galactic Empire, symbolizes the peak of civilization, a planet-wide metropolis housing trillions. Meanwhile, Asimov's empire sees breakthroughs in space travel, communication, and governance. Point 2. Bureaucratic complexity and stagnation. As an empire reaches its peak, its government becomes more complex. Bureaucracy expands to manage the massive number of planets and systems. While initially efficient, this complexity often slows decision-making and increases corruption. Over time, ruling elites become detached from the common citizens, prioritizing their wealth and influence over the well-being of the empire. This creates a dangerous divide, leading to civil unrest and potential rebellion. Point 3. Overextension and military strain. A key weakness of any empire is overextension. As borders expand, maintaining control over distant star systems becomes logistically impossible. The cost of military occupation increases, while external enemies grow stronger. The Roman Empire faced a similar issue on Earth, where it became impossible to defend all its territories. In a galactic setting, the distances between planets amplify this problem. Supply chains weaken, and distant colonies become vulnerable to external threats or internal revolts. 3. The decline and fall of the Galactic Empire. All great empires eventually collapse, often due to internal decay, rebellion, or external invasions. The fall of a galactic empire follows a predictable cycle, shaped by political instability, economic failure, and military overreach. Point 1. Political instability and corruption. A once efficient ruling system becomes bloated and corrupt. Leaders prioritize their own wealth and power, while the concerns of planetary governors, merchants, and citizens go unheard. This leads to internal conflicts and power struggles. Weakened response to crises. Growing resentment among outer colonies. In Star Wars, Emperor Palpatine's rule led to widespread dissent, culminating in the Rebel Alliance's uprising. Similarly, in Foundation, the Galactic Empire's leaders ignored the warnings of impending collapse, allowing chaos to spread unchecked. Point 2. Economic collapse. A stagnant economy is a major sign of imperial decline. As wealth is concentrated among the elite, common citizens and outer colonies suffer. Trade routes may become unsafe, interstellar commerce declines, and resource shortages increase tensions. Some empires rely heavily on slave labor or forced taxation, but these systems are unsustainable in the long term. When economic hardship hits, rebellion becomes inevitable. Point 3. Rebellion and civil war. Once an empire shows signs of weakness, internal factions begin to rise. These include rebel movements demanding independence, military factions seeking to take power, former allies turning against the empire. This fragmentation often leads to full-scale civil war, further accelerating the empire's collapse. In Star Wars, the rebellion exploited the empire's weaknesses, ultimately destroying its key leadership. In Foundation, the empire's slow fragmentation led to warlords and independent factions carving out their own territories. Point 4. External invasions and final collapse. As internal conflict weakens the empire, external forces seize the opportunity to strike. Whether barbarian invasions, similar to Rome's fall, or rival factions, these outside threats deal the final blow. Once the central government collapses, the empire fractures into smaller kingdoms, warlord territories, or independent planets. In some cases, a successor state emerges, such as the New Republic in Star Wars, while in others, the galaxy plunges into a new dark age. 4. Lessons from the fall of a galactic empire. The fall of a galactic empire mirrors the patterns of real-world history, such as the collapse of Rome, the Mongol Empire, or even modern superpowers. Key lessons include: 1. Overexpansion is unsustainable. No empire can control infinite territories without logistical collapse. Point 2. Bureaucratic corruption leads to stagnation. A once efficient government often grows too bloated to function properly. Point 3. Economic inequality breeds rebellion. When wealth is hoarded by elites, societal unrest becomes inevitable. Point 4. No empire lasts forever. Even the most powerful civilizations eventually decline due to internal or external pressures. V. Conclusion: the cycle continues. The rise and fall of a galactic empire is a cyclical process. Just as in human history, civilizations are born, flourish, and inevitably decay. While new powers may rise in their place, they too will face the same challenges. Whether in fiction or reality, the story of empires remains the same. Power begets ambition, ambition leads to expansion, expansion brings dominance, but in the end, every empire falls.